All right, I want to make a real quick video here about something that Browning is offering now that is pretty interesting, and I'm actually really enjoying this gun. And the main reason that I'm making this video is because when I was trying to do some research on this Citori Composite, there was not a lot of good information out there. And a lot of the shotgun clay sports forums weren't really talking about it. There was a few people talking about it on things like Reddit. And as an owner, I came across some information that is just total nonsense about this gun, that if you come across it, I want to, as an owner of this gun, dispel some of those things, okay? So let me just talk about the gun first. So late 2023, I think it was early 2024, these started to hit the market. And what it is it's your Citori platform, but instead of a wood stock, you get a composite offering now. And there are some really neat things. But let me go back to some of the information that I came across the forums, or at least on the forums. One of those things was people handling it, and granted, this was not many people by any means, but if you come across information, and Reddit is mostly garbage when it comes to getting good information about these guns, and I would rely maybe more on some of the other forums that maybe the folks have a little more credibility. Nevertheless, they're internet forums, so you get kind of, you get what you pay for. So one of the things I saw someone saying, that the synthetic stock felt cheap and like plastic. Nonsense. That's complete garbage. The synthetic stock on this gun feels like any other synthetic stock that you would find on a Browning Maxus or a Synergy. The stock feels nice. Okay, the fit and finish of it to the gun is glorious. It's absolutely excellent. Okay, so if you see a comment like the stock is cheap, no, it feels like any other synthetic stock. I guess some of the benefits you get with this one versus other guns would be this section right here, and the section right here is kind of got a rubberized section that it's not like a pillow top rubber. It's hard, but the grip in that area is increased. Okay, so you get that. So if you come across stuff like that, hold one for yourself, and don't draw conclusions on this gun from stuff that people say who probably have little or no experience even holding the gun, more or less, probably can't even afford it. So there's that. Now, some cool things you get with the synthetic stock in this gun that would cost you a lot more if you were to buy it in something like the 725 Sporting, and you get an adjustable comb. Okay, easily adjusted, and you get to have that adjustment that you normally wouldn't see in a gun with an MSRP of $2,300. You can get them for $2,000 all day long. So there's that. The other thing, there is a criticism about the 30-inch model or the longer barrel Citoris being a little barrel heavy. Is it barrel heavy? Yeah, it's barrel heavy because the synthetic stock is a little bit lighter than what you would get in a wood stock. But I'll tell you also that I don't care if you buy this gun, the 725, or a Beretta DT11 at $15,000. They're going to need some kind of balancing. Okay, that's why Beretta has a BFAS system that you'll pay dearly for in order to balance those guns. So is it in need of balancing? Yes, but so is this 725. So is my Browning Synergy. In fact, my Synergy Wicked Wing needed 22 ounces in the stock in order to balance. This gun needed about 11, and it balances beautifully. So the other thing is, there was one comment about the gun is a cheap Citori. No, I'm sorry. This is a Citori. Like the platform is the same, the receiver is the same as they put on any other Citori in their lineup. The CX, CXT, CXS, any of those guns. It's the same thing. Okay, it's not different. It's not cheaper. It's just all it is it's this put into a composite offering. Okay, so if you come across information like that, nonsense. The gun handles beautifully. I will tell you this, it is a clay busting machine with the higher rib. A mid-level, higher for Browning. That's not a trap gun. You'll look at the 725 Sporting, the rib's even lower on that. Okay, but with this higher rib, you get a mid-beat on it. It gives you a nice heads-up position, but you can change that because you have an adjustable comb. Okay, so it is matte blued. 725 is gloss blue. There's been some criticism about that, but I'll tell you this, the way this gun looks, the matte blue goes with it splendidly. Okay, and on the receiver, I hope you can kind of see it here, but it's got this little we'll just call it like a bird in flight or a 3-point star that's on the receiver. It's got a very decent look to it. The gun handles, I think I've already said this, and I really can't say it enough. Like, it handles very nicely, especially with just the little bit of balancing that it needed. That was it. Like, this gun was ready to go. And in fact, there's an English gentleman who tested the 525 Sporting, which is, you know, I'm sure I'll be corrected for saying this, but essentially the same thing, but in a, you know, offered in the United Kingdom. And he found it out of the box, yeah, a little light, didn't like the way it handled. He put some weight in the stock, and all of a sudden his opinion kind of changed of the gun. But I'll tell you this, in the 30-inch model, you know, this could potentially be, if you don't have a collection of over and unders, this could potentially be your one gun. The composite is going to hold up better, and it's going to be more abuse tough than wood. I've had to work really hard in the last 8 years to keep the 725 in pristine condition, but accidents happen, guns fall off golf carts, they get banged around, people bang them in the gun lockers, in the gun stands, whatever you want to call these things, and as a result, you get dings and scratches and chips out of the wood stock. This is going to be much more resilient. It's not idiot proof, but it's going to be a lot better, and it's going to look better longer with less care. Okay, I'm very picky about my guns, so you know, I take care of them, and I don't at least I do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. But anyways, this is a really neat offering from Browning. They're doing something that nobody else is really doing. The closest thing, at least in the B guns, okay, is the Beretta 688, and that's more along the price line of the 725. So for about $2,000, you can get something really nice. Now, I will mention, like, there is no palm swell. It has no bias towards being left-handed or right-handed. So, you know, either way, other than maybe the release up here in the direction it goes, that would be the closest thing. But it's a really nice offering, and again, it's something that is not being offered by really anybody else, at least in quality guns. Okay, so anyways, if you see negative reviews, hold one for yourself. The synthetic stock, I mean, if you don't like synthetic and you're a wood snob, and I'm not even saying I'm not one, but you know, if that bothers you that much, then you know what? Go buy a wood one, because the good news for you is that the vast majority of the Citori lineup into the 725, they're all wood stocks, like the vast majority of them. This is not trying to replace it. And if you're also a person who believes that the last good Browning was made in 1985, well then you know what? Go on Gunbroker. I'm sure someone will sell it to you for 50 to 100% more than it's worth. So anyways, this is a cool gun. Check it out. I love the way it handles. In fact, the 725, for the first time in a long time, has actually been sitting in the safe because I just really enjoy, with just a little bit of adjustment in the stock, a little bit of weight, this gun handles splendidly. So if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask it in the questions, and I'll do my best. But you're still getting a Browning, still getting the Citori, you're getting a quality gun, and it's very reasonably priced considering all the things that you get. So before anybody passes any judgment on it, you know, test one out for yourself. If you still don't like it, fine, go get something else. But I'm really enjoying it, and I just wanted to pass that along. Thanks for watching.